Start.
So, good day. My name is John from Hightech Power. And today, again, we will be bridging the gap between industry and the academe, which we are doing for 25 years, our company. And we all know that uh, in the automation or mechatronics, the traditional way of learning is through hardware. So, the challenge today is what if we don't have the complete set of hardware or we don't have for now. For example, we are just starting with the mechatronics offering. So today I will going to discuss the solution that we are offering for that challenges. So today I'm presenting to you the Automation Studio. So Automation Studio is a product of a Canadian company called Pamic Technologies. And let me talk about first their customers. So most of their customers are equipment manufacturers, and they are the global leaders with their respective industries. For example, we have the agriculture, construction, mining, and transportation. I will just name a few. We have Kubota, Agco, John Deere, Caterpillar, Hyundai, Bridgestone, Mercedes, and aside from that, NASA and Boeing, the airplane manufacturer, also uses this. So in Automation Studio, we are like directors. So, so you guess it right. This is all about the a this is a software that we can do simulations over and over again. So the first question uh, is why? Why do we have so many customers? Because Automation Studio is the tool of choice for teaching, training, and learning mechatronics, automation, electrical, and fluid power engineering technologies. And another one is this is the most powerful multidisciplinary simulation software in the automation industry. And kung mapupunta naman tayo sa uh, academe, we can use this from high school then to university and up to the corporate training. So we are this is very useful from studying up to the workforce. So let's have an overview of what Automation Studio is aside from this is a simulation software. So we can see from the outside, so ang projection natin dito is para siyang planeta natin na doon sa labas ay marami siyang output. So one of the outputs are electrotechnical, hydraulics, pneumatic. So we have SFC. So maya-maya discuss natin in detail. So let's start with the core. This is a multi-user software. And we can do three main things, which is a simulation, animation, and system design. So that is why this is very useful in the industry as well. So this can be used by mechanical engineers, industrial maintenance, mechatronics, industrial automation engineers, and electrical engineers as well. Because this has a vast and powerful set of features. So yung kanina na nasa mga output niya, ito yon. So pinalaki lang natin. So we have a teachware also, workflow, digital electronics. So later on, I will discuss more of the details. So additional, yun nga, like I discussed before, we have a wide range of applications for different kinds of engineers. This is very useful naman for the academe because it can be used by different departments. For example, mechanical department, I, uh, ICE department, yung ating instrumentation and control, electrical and electronics, computer as well. So yun na nga. Yun. Ang main application niya is mechatronics, mechanical engineering, industrial automation, electromechanical, electrical, industrial mechanical, and yung heavy duty, yung mga most na gumagamit nitong software. So, Automation Studio, so ang sasagutin naman natin na question is how. How does automation solve our problems? Or how can it do multiple simulation, different kinds of simulation? This is the use of modules and libraries. So here we see an example of different projects running at the same time. So I will just mention, we have the PLC ladder diagram, wherein sa kanyang sa ating left side, we have the input card. It's running, and then sa kanyang side, we have the electrotechnical. This is for the motor control. So makikita natin yung isang powerful feature niya is meron tayong oscilloscope at the same time yung multimeter. So we can have data gathering. And we have HMI, we have SFC, and then yung mostly na ginagamit, which is yung pneumatics and hydraulics. So all taking place at the same time. So pabalik tayo dun sa kanyang modules and libraries. So naka-separate ang different in the topics. For example, electrotechnical, hydraulic. And pag sinelect natin yun, for example, hydraulics, lalabas sa baba yung commonly used na components, which is very easy, para lang tayo naglalaro, drag and drop. So I will just say some modules and libraries, for example, block diagram, digital electronics. So I will discuss further dun sa kanya modules and libraries. So for the hydraulics, this is compliant with the industry standards, which is ISO, IEC, and JRC, and NEMA standards. So this is customizable. Later I will discuss more on the modules and libraries. So this, we can see the simulation for hydraulics. So we have measuring instruments as well while the simulation is taking place. Again, this is compliant with ISO 1219-1 and -2. So these components are pre-configured, but we can adjust its characteristics, like for example, its viscosity and thermal characteristics. So next is pneumatics. We can do purely pneumatics and electro-pneumatics and logic systems. We can also configure for our customization. So we have the library for electrical control. This is IEC and JIC standard. It interacts with other libraries. So for example, kanina meron tayong hydraulics and pneumatics. So if we add yung electrical controls, for example, meron tayong project na actual machine. So pag sinimulate natin dito, gagalaw din doon sa hydraulic side or pneumatic side. So dito naman sa libraries for electrotechnical AC and DC, these are IEC and NEMA standard. So from basic to advanced AC-DC electrical circuits, we can do from here. And the very useful today is the motor starters and variable frequency drives, which are implemented sa bansa natin. Very, marami-rami rin. So the common brands that are used here is Siemens and Allen Bradley. So these are Siemens is German brand and Allen Bradley is American brand. So other details on that. We go now to the PLC and ladder logic. So again, this is Allen Bradley and Siemens IEC 611-331-3 compliant. So we can create and simulate the control part of an automated system. We also have libraries for SFC, which is to implement or control structures and hierarchical order. So we also have the libraries for block diagram. So this is for the complete control loops. And for your information, we have also the single line diagram or electrotechnical one line, which is we can simulate for different levels of networks, for example, low voltage to high voltage, and applicable siya sa generation, transmission, and distribution. We have also for the digital electronics. So we have here 7 segments, flip-flops, and many more. So given all the feature plus the CAD feature, we can create 2D and 3D HMI, and we can do animation. For example, we have a new product, which is this excavator. So the examples of file types are STEP, STL, and IGS. For example, meron tayong Autodesk Inventor file na STL file, we can directly import to Automation Studio. So we can visualize, simulate, and animate. So for the control panels, for example, we are working with panel builders. So we can simulate the panel board and how it operates. So again, this is the 3D simulation and animation. We have mechanical links also. So we can link to fluid power actuators and simulate and animate their effects. So this one is an OPC client server. So we can connect from real hardware, for example, PLC, and you can exchange data input and output. So we have also workflow manager to connect from other applications and automate repetitive tasks. So that's for the modules and libraries. We go now to the features. So the question is, what are the features of Automation Studio? So it has a massive amount of features. So makikita natin dito, we have PFD, cutaway animation, virtual systems, so many more. So that is the basic features for this version. And for every update, we have, for example, this automotive library. So that is additional for every version. So we have upgrades for that. Don't worry naman po. Okay, so let's go back to the main features, and I will discuss these 5 features. So first of all, we have online remote access. So this is an e-learning feature wherein students can learn 24/7 anytime, anywhere. So with the use of this is very beneficial and very in time. So prepare courses, do your homework, and perform simulations from your home, school, or workplace. So we can manage different tasks. And another feature is we can visualize real-world equipment because we can customize a library. So create a library with same components found on your trainer. Add pictures or text. So to recreate virtually to the same labs provided with your equipment. So para mas mabilis nating ma-visualize and maintindihan. So again, nakita na natin to earlier, yung OPC client server, this is used to control real devices such as pneumatic or electric powertrain. So this serves as Automation Studio as a PLC trainer and as an input-output simulator for real PLC training. So for example, yung pneumatic na cylinder, nasa computer lang. Pero wala talaga tayong ganun. So yun ang very beneficial po. So this another feature is the teacher where we can prepare course curriculum. We have guides, manuals, lectures, exercises, and animations for all levels. And this is interactive and animated. Meron din po tayong simulation dito. And another thing is this can be also modified depende po sa teacher. And the very powerful po dito is we can create virtual systems. For example, we have a machine project, or for example, this on your screen we have the traffic light. So we can simulate all at once. So it's like a real project talaga na madali talaga nating maintindihan kasi sabay-sabay ang simulation. So that is for the features. So we are on the last part. So why Automation Studio? So for the student, it validates theories, illustrates behaviors, understand interaction, and we can test all types of systems. So for the school, the benefit of this is an all-in-one software. So we don't need to buy for pneumatics, hydraulic separate. And number one is we don't need the expensive hardware, which is very hard to complete. And we have also here the advanced technologies so that we can have an additional marketing for us to have more enrollees. And lastly, for the teachers, we can demonstrate virtual systems and integration. Yun nga, gaya ng sabi ko, para siyang totoong project. Kaya ginagamit din siya sa industry and very easy to handle for students and teachers as well. Madali siyang maintindihan, madali din siyang ituro. So, before I end my presentation, I will describe again what Automation Studio is. So, this is the modern way of learning mechatronics. So, that's all. If you have questions, just let me know. Thank you very much for your time. Okay na po. Okay na po, ma'am.
Okay.
Yung sa mga FAE, may mga questions kayo? Of course, kaya natin ginagawa to is the dry run for what will happen tomorrow. So, ganon, magpe-present sila and then you will create na lang who will be the next speaker na parang yung ginagawa siya ng training ng TSM. Hello? Na i-repeat din ninyo.
FAE, sagot.
So
Yes,
if you have any
Opo.
clarifications
Opo.
now, gawin nyo na po. Para po at least nandito yung mga TSM ninyo, ma-explain. You heard the presentation of the 4 specializations, the Allied, Electromech, ICT, and Mechatronics. May mga questions, may clarifications ba?
Meron ako dito sa ma'am, sa Automation Studio. Yung binabanggit ni Sir Jan na OPC server saka OPC client, ano ba yan? Magkaparas ba yan nasa Automation Studio, ma'am?
Ito, tinatanong mo.
Sir Jan.
Sir Joyce, di ba nag-offer ka ng automation?
Oh, ano yung tanong?
Nagtanong siya regarding sa
Yung
OPC.
OPC.
Yung
OPC
binanggit ni
server
Sir
and
Jan.
OPC client, is it automatic na nasa automation studio na? Is that
Hindi,
a question,
hiwalay
Ariel?
yun. Hiwalay siya. Usually, ang nasa standard lang natin na package when you offer Automation Studio, yung dangle lang. So, when you say yung dangle lang, yung pinaka-simulation software lang siya. Okay? Now, kung gusto mong i-apply na i-connect siya through to hardware, may dalawang klaseng ways to connect siya. Una, yung through OPC, yung tinatanong mo. So parang ang OPC is a server yun. Yun yung server. So dadaan siya doon through OPC para ma-able mo ma-connect siya through hardware. So yun yung parang pinaka-server mo. Parang parang sa mga laptops sa isang room, 'di ba? Bago ka kung gusto mong maka-connect sa isang laptop to another laptop, meron kang server. Okay? So sort of a OPC, ganun yung niya, ganun yung function niya. So from AS, yung na-program mong software, tapos gusto mong i-control yung specific na hardware, pwede mo siyang gawin through OPC. Malinaw na? Pero yan may equivalent cost yan. So usually ang cost natin dyan mga kalahating milyon yung idadagdag, parang gano'n.
Opo, sir. So, yung sir, yung pinakapunto ko, sir, sa atin pa rin mabibili yung OPC server, parang ganon? Or third party ba yan?
Oo, sa atin pa rin. Tayo pa rin yung nun. Tayo pa rin yung pinaka-distributor niya.
Okay. Pero yan, sir,
Sa
hindi
atin pa
naman
rin.
required. Hindi naman po required, kaya
hindi naman siya required kasi ang talagang binabundle lang natin siya kasi gusto natin magkaroon lang ng simulation. So,
okay.
isa-simulate mo lang yung specific na hardware. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Pero
Salamat,
kung
sir.
kasi ang OPC kasi ang application talaga niyan is nasa totoong battlefield ka na. So, magpo-program ka, gusto mo patakbuhin yung isang equipment, pwede. Pero na yun, mga application na yun, mga industrial application. Pero kasi sa atin, more on the learning learning package lang. So, hanggang dun lang tayo muna doon sa pinaka-dangle na simulation software.
Okay po. Malinaw, sir. Malinaw po.
Okay. Okay. Sige, nakuha ko ba yung punto mo?
Opo, sir.
Sino pa may questions?
Okay, sige.
Everything will be alright.
Yes?
Sira ulo ka, Marvin.
Ayos yun, ayos.
Sino nag-share? Si IC?
Ako,
IC,
IC.
bakit?
Ano yan?
Sir IC, share niya lang daw po yung Facebook account